It was reported today that Stockmann is planning on changing its name to Lindex, and it's also considering strategic options for their department store business. Could you tell a little bit about the background of this decision and how could this affect Stockmann's business in the future?
Yeah, sure. So it's been, of course, a development over a few years already that Lindex has been the main driver in business terms, both in sales and especially in earnings, and the department stores has been loss-making already for I think more than a decade. So in that sense, Lindex has been the main driver in the group, but for historic reasons, the Stockmann name has been the company's name, and hence also the department store has been kind of the core business, even though they have exited, for instance, Russia some years ago already. And yeah, that could change basically in the way that the department stores with the Stockmann brand would be completely out of the group, and then it would be purely a Lindex business as a company. I think that's the most likely alternative, although they say, of course, that they are now considering that should they keep it or not, or should they create some kind of a more independent, which I guess would be maybe a kind of a midway to between selling it or keeping it, is to make it a bit more independent and then consider maybe spinning it off in the future.
Yeah. The evaluation process is expected to be ready during 2024.
Yeah.
Will this news affect the outlook for the rest of the year or maybe next year?
Yeah, well, in earnings terms, or in sales in any terms, not this year, because of course, like they say, it's only the decision is likely to be made only next year, and then it might take some time to actually execute it after the decision is made. So definitely not this year, and depending a bit on the timing, then of course, if they decide to sell it, and then it's executed during next year, and then it definitely should increase the earnings, since that would take away the losses currently created by the department stores.
Okay. Well, lastly, does the news affect our view on the value of the stock?
Yeah, in that sense, that definitely it does. That we have considered this as one scenario that they would sell or get rid of the department stores, basically one way or another, and those some of the parts values which we have considered has been around 3.5 and 4 times, but because we haven't seen that realistic and kind of seen the time horizon only in a few years, that hasn't had so much emphasis, for instance, in our target price. But now with this decision, it's of course obvious that it's quite likely that something will happen, and rather in like 1 to 2 years than the 3 to 5 years. So in that sense, that makes some of the part scenarios which we have included in our reports also previously much more kind of viable and tangible. So yeah, this does have a positive impact for the share value, definitely, in my view. And it seems that the market agrees. Let's see where the stock ends up today.
Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.